Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Box Score Sports YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing well. I wanted to talk about Justin Fields because he came out in a press conference and he basically called out his coaching. He said it could be coaching, but he called out the coaching. He talked about how his mindset. He's worried about making mistakes. He's not basically playing free. I think the words he used, robotic. And you can kind of tell when he plays. And I kind of I thought it'd be kind of nice to get on here and just have a discussion about this, because I think this is important and something that we don't necessarily talk about all the time, but it's an interesting topic. And that is, when Matt Eberflus, when he was hired, I had concerns. And I talked to my friend Gavin. He's a Bears fan. And I talked to Casey about it too, who's the Bears fan. They both been on the podcast. But we talked about it because I just have this general theory, and I'm not saying it's right and I'm not saying it's wrong, but it's my theory, or my sort of like what I would do or what I would want in a coach if I have a young quarterback. And to me, I would rather have an offensive-minded coach. I would rather have an offensive coordinator that has had success in this league versus a defensive coordinator. If I had a veteran quarterback, I'd rather have a defensive-minded coach, a defensive coordinator, because a veteran quarterback, like let's say if, the Packers, they hired Matt LaFleur, but I always thought that they should have went after a defensive-minded coach. Like, I know this is crazy, but like a Rex Ryan at the time, Robert Saleh, someone like that. And it's because you don't have to hold the hand of the quarterback at that point. And I think with the problem with defensive-minded coaches is they feel they sort of have a different idea. And as a Dolphin fan, I can speak to this because Brian Flores did not believe in Tua. He didn't. And it stunted Tua's growth. He didn't believe in Tua. And he brought in an offensive coordinator that had an offense tailored around Ryan Fitzpatrick, not Tua, right? It wasn't putting Tua in the best position to succeed. It was putting Ryan Fitzpatrick in the best position to succeed. And I think it's because a defensive-minded coach is like always thinking about how can I best put my team in a position to win, right? And they've dealt with young quarterbacks who've screwed up, and you kind of see like with the Jets right now and Zach Wilson, right? The defense is great. One of the better defenses in the league, but you can't get the offense on the field for very long. You can't get offensive momentum because the young quarterback is young and he makes mistakes. And you're like, I just don't want that to be my team. Where I think an offensive coordinator, what their goal is how can I get the best out of my quarterback? And we kind of saw that with Mike McDaniels, right? What was the first thing he did when the Dolphins hired him? He called up Tua and said, my job is to get the best version of you. So the offensive-minded coach or the offensive coordinator that gets hired into the head coach, I think their goal is like, how can I get the best out of my quarterback? Because I think they know that their team success is ultimately going to depend on how good their quarterback is, especially for the regular season. In the playoffs, defense means so much more, and then offense is for like the regular season. So when it comes to Justin Fields, just to get back to Justin Fields, I think it's a similar case. I think coaching right now is in his head to just not hurt them. Don't ruin the game. Don't make mistakes. Don't do this. Don't do that. So they're focusing on what he should not do, more so on what he can do. And I think that's ultimately hurting Justin Fields. I think it's hurt his growth. And maybe I'm wrong. And maybe he just will never have made this and never made it in the NFL as a quarterback. But to me, I look at him and I just see, when he runs, obviously there's something special. Sometimes when he's throwing the football, he like his arm, I don't know. I'm like, that guy could play football to me, in my opinion. I don't know for sure. Maybe he's an athlete that plays quarterback instead of a quarterback that's an athlete. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I just feel like he needs a shot with a coach that's like, I'm going to put you in the best position to succeed. I want you to have your skill sets on display. What are you good at? Because even like, again, I'm going to bring up Tua because I'm a Dolphins fan. I've seen how I've seen how it's worked. Even with Tua, think about what they've done different than the Chan Gailey offense is like quick passes, timing routes, short, in the middle of the field. The motion helps and some deep balls, but Chan Gailey is like, like let it rip, Ryan, go deep, and that Tua doesn't have the arm to constantly go deep like that. I mean, we see it constantly, if you watch Tua throw a deep ball. So all I'm saying is I want to get your guys' take on this too. So leave a comment, like the channel, subscribe. Let me know. Justin Fields, do you think he could be good if he had the right coaching? Or do you think he is a running back at the quarterback position? Or do you think that he could have been good, but maybe the coaching has led him to the point where he might not ever be a good quarterback in the NFL? Let me know what your thoughts are. Again, like, subscribe to the channel. We'll talk to you guys real soon. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.